Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. There is a dehumidifier on in the background if you can hear that, because we have moisture in this room today, which is so annoying. I did loads of meal prepping yesterday and I didn't think to open the windows, even open a door to kind of spread the heat out, and yeah, it ended up getting a bit hot in here, a bit steamy in here, and it's ended up putting a bit of moisture on the walls. So we've got that dehumidifier on. I'm really sorry if you can hear it, but it's quite a soothing like background noise, so hopefully it's not too bad at all. But anyway, that's beside the point. We are going straight off on a tangent before we even start. But today we've got a super exciting video, and it is actually a wedding focused one. I haven't really spoke about my wedding much on this channel yet, obviously because I've been uploading the Florida vlogs, which I've really enjoyed. I've really fallen back in love with creating and uploading content and doing it on a weekly schedule. I've really loved this whole moment of uploading them holiday vlogs and really wanted them to have their moment to shine as well. So I kind of kept quiet a bit about the wedding and what's going on, but now the Florida vlogs are drawing to a close, I thought we could have a solid few weeks or even months maybe to just talk primarily about weddings and everything I do for my wedding, because we have got some super exciting stuff going on. I have realized that I have a little bit of a toxic trait when it came to planning my wedding. I saw loads of things, obviously, like all brides do, on their Instagram and Pinterest and online and even in person, which are such good ideas for a wedding you really want to implement into your wedding. But honestly, once you start researching further and start getting quotes, sending emails off, it is just crazy the cost of things, if I'm honest. And I know we're in a cost of living crisis as well. I know that obviously things have gone up since COVID and all things like that, but honestly, it is just so difficult to know where to spend your money in your budget for your wedding. And it's so overwhelming with a wedding in general that I personally do get quite overwhelmed quite easily as well, especially when it's something new I've never done before. Obviously, I've never planned a wedding. It's so difficult to know where to even start. And yeah, it's just wild. Like, the wedding industry is a whole thing in itself, which I really didn't think about before or take into consideration until I was actually deep in it. But basically, the toxic trait which I have apparently inherited is that I see these things online, like I say, I fall in love with them, I find how much they are, and then I go, you know what, I can do that myself. I think I can do that, which I think is worrying, because obviously I do not want to take on too much, especially in the last few months before my wedding. But equally, I am a bit of a perfectionist. I like to have stuff in my control, which is why obviously I love filming these videos so much, because I get to film them, edit them, see them before they go live. Like, this is really what I love to do. I like having oversight on everything and having everything exactly how I envision it to be. So equally, 9 times out of 10, that makes me feel like I should be doing things myself so I can make sure they end up exactly how I want them to be, which, yeah, it's good and bad. It obviously means I save money in some ways. Things can be exactly like I want them to, which is also a massive bonus, and I can prepare them in advance as well. But on the other hand of things, obviously it's very time consuming. It's taking more resources and time and researching time and stuff all out of my day and my wedding planning. Like, I'm spending a lot more time doing one single thing than if you were to just get it booked in with an external source. And obviously it could potentially cause a lot of stress and burnout as well, especially if it doesn't go right. But luckily, touch wood, everything has been going really well so far, and I have really enjoyed the process of like making these things my own, because you can almost make an experience out of doing the DIY or making the thing as well. So anyway, that leads me into today's video, where we are actually making my wedding flowers today. Now, currently, as I sit here right now, we are about 20 weeks till our wedding day, which is insane. On one hand, it seems like a really long time away, but on the other hand, it's not long away at all. A magpie has literally just landed on the tree outside me, just one magpie. Oh, it's flown away. I should have saluted to it. But when I'm telling you that the flowers that I was looking at, and I was getting a few prices of what I kind of wanted from florists, and I'm not saying that obviously florists don't deserve to charge the price they do. Obviously, floristry is a massive talent. You've obviously got a tie with having to make the flowers so far in advance so they're still fresh. It's a massive craft and commitment, and it's completely understandable why they charge the price they do. But I was asking for 8 boxes of flowers. I'll throw up some photos of the kind of vibe I was going for. Very wild flower. I really love the idea of them in boxes that we could use down the aisle and then move to the centerpieces of the table, and then later in the evening we could split them out again to different places over the venue. And this is the kind of vibe I was going for, and I had 12 boxes. I had already bought the boxes, so they didn't have to provide them. I was going to send them to them and asked them to put the florals in them, and was just asking to see how much they were quoting for them. And the rough prices I was getting back was about £1,200, £1,300 for the florals, and then also my bouquet. And my sister is also going to be walking down the aisle, so she will have a little bouquet as well. So that was for 12 boxes of flowers and 2 bouquets, and that just seemed like a lot of money to me. And like I said, if fresh flowers were at the top of my priority list, I would definitely go for them, and it wouldn't matter what price they were because I would really like them. But if I'm honest, our venue is outside and there is a lot of flowers and foliage there naturally, and it's very beautiful anyway, that I didn't think having fresh flowers was necessarily a necessity. So instead, I kind of sat and thought about it, and I was like, you know what, as I've kind of shown you in the photos, I want a very like wildflower theme. I don't want a specific like layout of flowers or even like specific kinds. I want it really mixed, really colourful, really just wild and all over the place. And I thought, you know what, I think I'm going to be able to do this myself, and even better yet, I think I could potentially do this with false flowers too. So artificial flowers and foliage, which I can then use for my bridal party, any parties we have in the future, obviously the wedding day. We're also getting married a few days before at a registry, we could take them there. Like, the potentials of just the amount of places we could use them was endless. And then also in the future we can store them in a box, and we can bring them out for any family celebrations, baby showers, events, parties, any gifts and stuff, I don't know, anything like that, we will just have them. So then I went on to SHEIN and I literally bought so many different types of flowers. Like, it is ridiculous the amount of flowers that I bought, but all different colours, styles, that all kind of fit into this mood board I was kind of creating in my head of what I really wanted. I'm very lucky in the sense that, like I said, I'm not too passionate about flowers. I didn't want specific styles. There were colours that I did want, but I didn't mind like if they were roses or peonies or poppies, or I didn't mind. Like, I was very flexible with what kind of flower they were. So I just went online to SHEIN because they honestly do have the best selection of false flowers and stuff like that. And obviously they are very affordable in price as well. And I just started ordering a bunch. I think I did 3 different orders on SHEIN in total, and all the flowers are here now, which I'm so excited about. We have trialed making a few boxes, which I will obviously show you in a minute, but today is the main day where we are going to hopefully make up all of these 12 boxes. But all of them are at my mum's house, so I'm actually going to whiz round to hers now. I'm going to pick up my nan on the way, and we are going to have a day of making flowers together. And I thought it'd be fun to show you the process, kind of what we bought, what the quality of the flowers are like, because I was very nervous about this when I was ordering them, especially on SHEIN. Most stuff on SHEIN you can return, but for some reason the artificial flowers you cannot return. So obviously I was dropping like not massive amounts of money, but a little bit of money here and there, and I was worried I wasn't going to be able to return it and they were going to be really bad quality. But I mean, I will show you, but I will tell you now, I'm very happy with what has come, what they look like and what they look like all together. So I can't wait to show you everything I've bought. And I think if you are a bride that is obviously on a budget, and like I said, fresh flowers isn't your top priority, and you want to spend your main budget somewhere else to do with your wedding, this is a really good option. And I just want to show you the process and basically what it's like, how difficult it is, just some other more cost-effective ways where you can have the wedding that you want exactly how you want it. So I'm going to literally go get my keys, jump in my car and drive to my mum's now, and I'll catch back up with you when I'm there. Well, I just got an order of this from SHEIN for the wedding, and look, go on Nan. Nan requested this for the wedding. It's so good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's insane. There's so many.
Oh, it's wonderful.
And Mum's on standby with the mop because of the floor.
This will be the one then.
Go on, one more. This is literally £3 off SHEIN.
Whee! Oh, how fabulous.
How good is that? What a success. Right, so we just arrived at Mum's. Everyone's here, Mum and Nan. And this is what we're working with. So like I said, we've ordered all of these off SHEIN mostly. I think we got a few from Temu as well. And these are the boxes we're putting them in, which are from Hobbycraft. And we've already started working through these ones, but this was the most recent order. So we've got to filter all them into there. There's kind of a pattern, but not too much. And then this is hopefully what they're going to look like. This is what happened when we had a little play. They seem to be filled out a little bit of foliage. But this is what we're going for. So I've just laid them out, and as I said, these are the bunches we pre-made. And we're just filling the boxes, I don't know, the green stuff that they go into. I don't know what it's called. I think we got this from Hobbycraft as well. Wet floral foam brick. There we go. And we're obviously putting one that fills in the whole box, and then this one to go on top with the cocktail sticks, just to give them a bit of height and give them that like triangle shape. But yes, so we've sorted them all out into rough piles, but not these ones which are from our recent order yet. But they've all got a rose in, they've all got poppies in, 3 of these kind of flowers in the 3 colours, so orange, white, and then I've got pink ones up here to sort into them. And they've all got some sort of like little flower, so either this pink like cherry blossom or this white like gypsophilia. And then they've all got these sort of flowers in, but all different colours. Like that one's got an orange one, this one's got a purple one, this one's got a pink one. So they're all kind of the same but different. Like none is exactly the same as the other, but they've all got the same style of flowers within them. So this is the first job, probably the messiest, and then we're going to get on to filling them. So I'm just going to go through all these spare flowers that we've got and like filler flowers and start putting them between the 12 different types we've got. So we've just finished them up, and honestly they look so good. I'm so happy with them. I've just bunched them together in a line like this. Originally we were going to have a long table for our wedding, so that's the main reason we got these boxes, so they can be separate against chairs at the, like when we're walking down the aisle, and then we can push them up to make almost like a long centerpiece. But we're not having a top table, well, we're not having a long table anymore, we're having a top table instead. But still, I think we'll have a few in a line along the bottom of the top table, but we just wanted to line them up to see if there were any like noticeable gaps. But basically this is one side with the rose in, and then this is the other side that has like a mixture of some other bigger flowers. So I've kind of gone one with a rose, one the other side, one with a rose, one the other side. So when you come the other way around, it's the same. So rose, 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 rose. But honestly, it's so good. It probably took us an hour. We were doing it one at a time to begin with, but then we thought actually, because a lot of them, like I say, each of them have a rose in, poppies, these ones, these long ones, it was probably easier to lay everything out and just do one step at a time, but with each of the boxes, if that makes sense. So yeah, it probably took us an hour in total to do it all. I had 4 boxes, Mum had 3, Nan had 2. but honestly they have all come out so beautiful. I probably will be titivating them like literally till the wedding day now, I think, but at least we know like we've got enough and they all look lovely. I think it's a bit overwhelming seeing them all like this. There we go, there's some like of them spread out as well so you can see them, because it is a bit much like seeing them all together, but at least we know like we've got enough flowers, we like the style of them, we kind of know what we need for each box. There are a few more bits we need to order, like I didn't have enough of this which is in each of the box just to bring a bit of blue out, but there's a few more bits to order, but generally we have got enough flowers and I'm just so happy with them. I think they're all beautiful in their own way and they're all different, which is what I wanted, but then like cohesively when you put them together they do all match. But yeah, I just love them, and if I can go in, just the details on them, they're so beautiful. They were so easy to work with. We used pliers to cut the wire stems, but they're all so lovely. Like there's not one batch that came of the flowers which we didn't like the look of. They were just all so amazing, and honestly I think if we're breaking it down, I think each stem was like less than £1 each, if that, because a lot of them, I don't even know if I've got one as an example now. This is one that we ordered in the wrong colour, but like as you can see this comes with like as a bunch all attached to the bottom, but then the stems come off, so we were cutting them all up and like this would have costed £1, but it has like 6 flower heads in it, so it was actually like way less than that. And that was the case of like so many of these, they all came bunched up like this, so we just ended up cutting each individual flower and then like piecing them back together. So if I'm honest, I think we spent about £300 I think on the cost of the flowers, obviously the boxes and the inserts as well, but still £300 is literally nothing compared to the prices that I was getting quoted. And the fact that, you know, we're going to bundle these up now. I'll show you kind of what we're going to do to try and preserve them, but these can be used for my bridal shower now, they can be used for the registry office, like I said, any parties we have, we can use these, and after the wedding we're literally just going to pull them all out and store them in a big container, and then they're ready for literally whoever wants to use them in the future. I've just noticed these balloons up here, it was Bobby's birthday last weekend, so he had a football party, that's why them balloons are up there. And this is what the aftermath is looking like as well. So these were like all my filler flowers. I didn't separate these out just because these kind of get wedged in the gaps which are left, so it's hard to kind of know how much space is going to be left, but we have still got loads and loads of them, literally like it's never ending, and a few like spare like poppies and stuff there. And one thing I did want to say as well, obviously when stuff is traveling and in transport and being delivered and stuff like that, it can sometimes have a bit of a smell to it, especially when it's been stored in like a workshop or factory, or I don't know, sometimes they do have a bit of like very plasticky, very artificial, which obviously makes sense because that's literally what they are. But all I did was buy, if you can see in here, Sephora do like these crystals which you normally put in wax burners, but we just emptied a whole tube of them in the bottom of this box, which then the flowers were sat in. You can see I've got a Groovy Chick bin. Who remembers Groovy Chick? But yeah, we literally tipped like them Sephora crystals out into that box and then unwrapped all of the flowers and just let them sit in there for literally like 2 weeks, if not longer, so they could fully like open up, like adjust to the gravity, and also get a bit of smell on them as well. And you can actually smell like the Sephora off them. I don't know how long that will stay, but obviously because they're like fabricy, like satin silk flowers, they smell really beautiful as well, which makes me so happy. So generally we're just so happy with these. Obviously, as I said at the start of the video, we have still got 20 weeks till the wedding, so we've got to find a way to kind of wrap these up, look after them so that they don't get dusty or anything before the time that we need them. But I think we've got some way that we're going to use them, so I will show you that shortly. We're just going to stop for lunch, I think, but honestly I just love these. I think they look so good. So this is our plan for trying to keep these looking like they are, stop them from getting dusty, just keeping them safe while, you know, the weeks are going by. So we've got this massive roll of, I don't know what it's called. You basically put your clothes in it like over a hanger and it looks after your clothes. So we're hoping we can wrap them up in here because it's like a bag, and then tie it at the top, and hopefully that should just stop them from getting dusty and keep everything together. Even if anything was to fall out, at least it's still within each bag. So we're going to give that a go right now. Right, so they're all bagged up now. This is what they look like, and actually it's better because I can hold the knot at the top and then like to carry them around, so I can actually carry more at a time. I mean, they look a bit strange, but it will definitely do the job for the time being. Just keep them all nice. So that's that. Wanna wave?
But I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is